Well, La Crosse City Council members meet tomorrow for their monthly meeting, which means it's time for us to meet with the mayor for our monthly meeting. There are a lot of topics on tomorrow's agenda, from online alcohol sales to sustainability in the city, but we're going to start with the search for the new police chief. So,
good morning.
Good morning. It's good to see you.
Good to see you.
So the chief's last day is July 23rd.
Correct.
Will you guys be naming an interim police chief?
The Police and Fire Commission is going to be meeting this week, and I believe they will be naming an interim director while they conduct a search, and that search most likely will take a couple of months. The last time we went through this, of course, was back in 2012, and that took several months, but ultimately the Police and Fire Commission, I've told them we want you to do as good of a job as you did the last time, because Chief Tischer has done a wonderful job for our community. So that ball gets kind of started, that ball rolling tomorrow at the meeting for the Police and Fire Commission.
So has the job been posted or applicants coming in yet?
No, the first step that they'll do is they'll just, they'll refresh the job description and make sure that it says everything we want it to say, and if there's any changes or updates that need to be made, the Police and Fire Commission will do that.
And when you think about the city of La Crosse, is there one challenge that you think this new chief coming in might have to prepare for as he gets introduced to our city?
I think our ongoing challenge is really the issues of mental health and substance abuse, especially with alcohol, and of course we have the opioid crisis and meth and heroin that continue to plague our community. We have made great strides with the neighborhood resource officers and our neighborhood efforts, so that'll be definitely an asset for the new chief to build upon. But those just ongoing drug and alcohol issues, they cause so many problems for us here. So that chief, our new chief, will have their work cut out for them.
Yeah. Also on the agenda is online alcohol sales.
Yes.
It's been a topic of conversation for a couple of months. Currently, and this is about ordering online and then curbside pickup, just so the viewers are aware. Currently, are people able to order alcohol online? Well,
there are people do have the abilities to kind of shop online, because there's obviously the Amazons and those larger websites. What we've been trying to do here locally is to provide some structure to that, because we know it's kind of the wave of the future for people to be able to, they can order groceries online, and the discussion that the council has had is with groceries, many times people will purchase alcohol or want to purchase alcohol. So we're really trying to give it some structure so that especially for an issue like alcohol, that the people who are ordering it, there's verification when they come to pick it up. So that's been the work over the last several months, and I believe the council has kind of a good compromise worked out from what the police chief and the city clerk and others have proposed. So I believe
they've been involved in this process.
They have, yes.
Okay. And so it sounds like retailers would have to have a detailed description of where the pickup's going to take place. You can't purchase online. You'd have to purchase in person still. You can order online, but you'd have to purchase in person.
That's
a part of the proposal.
Correct.
And it also sounds like there's a part of this ordinance is a picture might be taken of the person when doing the pickup, and that seems to be a little bit of the controversial part. Retailers are saying that might be an invasion of privacy.
Well, we're trying to verify that the person who ordered it is the one picking up, and that they obviously are of age to do that. So I think that's part of that process. We'll see on the discussion on Thursday night how that gets resolved. But I think we're pretty well there as far as the rules that are being proposed.
Okay. Also going to be discussed is the city's green goals. The goal is to operate 100% renewable by 2050.
Yes.
It's in the ordinance that's going to be voted on. It's been amended a little bit, and it's taken out the language on the Paris Climate Agreement language. What is that language? Why has it been amended to take that part of the proposal out?
Well, I think there was some concern. I've been part of the mayor's clean energy initiative now for several years, but I think there was some concerns on some council members about making this too much of perhaps a political statement. So I think, again, they reached a really good compromise that focuses on our goals, and it still focuses on the same initiatives that the Paris Climate Agreement talked about, which was to be part of a renewable effort by the year 2050. I mean, that's a very ambitious goal if you think about where we're at, but we really feel at the local level that we have to take some dramatic steps to get to get where we need to be, and we see it every year. I mean, Bill's weather reports and talking about the fact that we have just such high sustained groundwater and floodwaters and more significant storms each and every year. Those are all realities that we have to just deal with at the local level. Whether or not the politics and whether it's climate change or people can agree on that, the reality is we've got to address these challenges.
If it's passed, what are the first steps?
We've been working on this for a number of years, so we'll continue. I mean, we've got things in the works. We are doing a performance energy contract on 4 of our facilities, so City Hall, the library, and others will be getting new heating and ventilation, and we've been replacing lighting with LED lights. We are purchasing electric buses that are coming online next year. So all of these smaller steps, when you add them together, make a big difference.
All right, thank you so much. We're out of time already,
You bet.
but we appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Bill Grawl is in next with our weather forecast. Oh, wait, but first we want to mention the community has a chance to speak with you.
Yes.
Coffee with Kabat is coming up.
Yes.
So you can ask questions and discuss the city. That is coming up next Tuesday at the Southside Community Center. Of course, it's a chance for La Crosse residents to share their thoughts on how to improve the city. I'm glad we got that in.
Yes, Coffee with Kabat.
There
Thank
we
you.
go. Coffee with Kabat.
All
All right,
right.
we'll be right back.